Hey guys, it's your boy Karan from Droid Island, and today we are talking about my search for a new daily driver. Now, I wanted to touch on this topic because I've actually been getting a lot of people hit me up trying to figure out what device should they pick up next for their own personal use. And I realized that it's not as simple as it sounds because there's just so many device options on the market. So I wanted to break down my process on what I do to find a new phone. Alright, so the first two things you gotta understand is one, the intended purpose of every smartphone. Every manufacturer has an ideal customer in mind that when they make a device, they're trying to aim and target those people, okay? So there's a few different smartphone profiles we could say. So some of the main ones would be the photographers, the shutterbugs, the people who like to be taking a lot of pictures on their smartphone that require really good photography on their device. You have the media people. So the people that are going to be watching like a lot of video, they have Netflix accounts, they want to be watching high quality video, have some good sounding speakers so that they can have a good media experience on the device. You have people like the power users and the gamers, people that are going to be pushing their devices to the utmost limits of what the device can do. Then you got the audiophiles, people that are going to be listening to their music on their phone and want really high quality sounding music from their device, so those devices cater to them. Then you got what I like to call the grannies, the people who don't do too much on their device, that just want a good working device that probably looks good, works well, and is able to handle all their day-to-day tasks like their WhatsApp, little Facebook, social media, calls, texts, simple stuff, nothing too demanding on the device. Okay, then you got the business people, the students. There's devices that are going to be catered for them as well, right? So when you understand who a device is for and who the manufacturer is targeting with that device, you'll already have an idea of what kind of device you're going to be looking for. All right. Next up would be, you got to understand your own needs. All right. So I know for myself, I like to watch a lot of media, a lot of video on my device, plus I listen to a lot of music. So I have some good headphones. I need that great quality sound from my smartphone. So that's something that's going to be very key for me personally when I'm selecting my own device. So if you write down all the things that you're looking for on a device, and then again you kind of understand what phone is going to be catered to what you're looking for, that's going to lead you into the right direction of what you should pick up. Then you have the flagships, the mid-range, and the budget devices. Now every phone, regardless of who it's targeting, kind of falls into one of those three categories. So take into consideration, your needs, your budget, how long you're going to be keeping the phone for. All of these things should lead you to a couple of devices. Then it's up to you to really get down to business, do your homework, and really pick a device that's going to work for you. So, all that being said, I've narrowed down 4 devices for myself because, like I said, I'm in the market for a new smartphone. So there are 4 devices that I have my eye on. In no particular order, they are the Huawei Honor 9, the LG G6, the Xiaomi Mi 6, and the ZTE Nubia Z17. So, a couple reasons why I've been looking at those devices. For one, Honor 9. I'm in the Caribbean, so dual SIM is very important to me, and all those devices have a dual SIM option. So Honor 9's dual SIM, it's got an SD card slot, so I can slap my music on the memory card and I'm good to go because I have a lot of music. Good volume, good music playback and good video playback. Good size screen. Now I like that 5.5 inch screen, but I've been using my review unit from Huawei, a P10 Lite, and this is a 5.2 inches. So the Honor 9 is about 5.1, 5.2. So I don't mind that. I'm good with that. What else? The Honor 9, I've said many times, the Honor series is one of the best design and best looking devices to me. So just imagine, right? You pick up that Honor 9, you're in a club, and you know it has that, the back of it retracts a lot of light or some nice fancy stuff they say, but it looks real good. Alright, so imagine you in a club, neon lights flying all over the place, and you got that reflective back of that Honor 9 looking all good and stuff, and that light starts to hit that phone. I'm telling you, from now that phone is turning heads. Waitresses gonna be walking by with bottles to the VIP. They gonna be dropping bottles because everybody gonna be looking at what phone is that shining in the club. Alright, it's a sexy phone. So on a scale of 1 to 10, that phone gets a 10 for sexiness. I love the way that phone looks, and that's the Honor 9. Next up would be the G6. Now again, I'm a media guy and an audio head, so I'd be picking up the version of the G6. Now, for my Caribbean people, there's like 6 different versions of the G6. You could pick up the American version that's not gonna have that wonderful quad DAC that was like in the V20. If you pick up the American version, it's single SIM with wireless charging. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, cool, no problem. But I'm gonna be looking for the version that's dual SIM and has that excellent quad audio DAC for my music. Alright, so it's got an SD card slot as well, dual SIM. It's got a good amount of RAM, good amount of storage. The display on it, the 5.7-inch Quad HD display, it's gorgeous. It's one of the better IPS panels that are on the market right now, and the design looks really good. I'm loving the design, so that's definitely something I'm looking at as well. The Xiaomi Mi 6. Snapdragon 835 processor. It's decked out with the latest features. Dual SIM. Now there is no expandable memory, but I'd be looking at the 128 gig version, so that'll kind of offset not having a memory card. It's got the splash resistance, so it can take a little spill. Bluetooth 5.0. Now, if any of you guys haven't checked out what Bluetooth 5.0 can actually do, you guys want to check it out. One of the features for Bluetooth 5.0 that I like is the simple fact that I can take 2 Bluetooth speakers of different brands. I can put one over there, and get some nice quality sound. So if if we're liming, if we're on the beach, we're cooking on the beach, we're drinking, we're chilling out, we're hanging out, we can have multiple speakers set up so that we can get our own little nice sound in the lime, So that's dope. That's real dope to me. What else I like about the Mi 6? I like the fact that I can't tell you the last time I've used a phone where one-handed use was a thing. I mean, I've been using 5.5-inch devices for some time now, so the fact that it's that 5.1-inch size, I think it's going to be good, and I'm anxious to really hold it and get back into that one-handed use for a phone. Who would have thought smartphones would make it to where it's hard to use on one hand, right? Right. Oh, stereo speakers in the Xiaomi Mi 6, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. Last but not least, the ZTE Nubia Z17. Now, everybody's making a big fuss over the OnePlus 5, having 8 gigs of RAM, when little do people know that the ZTE Z17 was the first device launched with 8 gigs of RAM. Alright, so it's got, now Nubia, I don't know if you guys might not be familiar with Nubia because it's a brand that's bigger in the Chinese market, and it's not a brand that comes over to the American markets or even in the Caribbean, right? I know I haven't seen any of the Nubias down here, so the photography on that, I've seen some sample pictures, it's looking great. I've used the Z9 before, so that was actually pretty good. In terms of photography. Front-facing camera's got a 16 megapixel shooter. It's the first phone with Qualcomm's Quick Charge 4.0. It's got a good sized battery, it's like 3300. So paired that with Qualcomm's new quick charging, and I mean, again, I'm into music and videos, so I know my battery's gonna run down a lot quicker than some other devices. So to be able to charge back up real quickly is a priority for me. The water resistance is good. I believe it's IP67 water resistance, so that's real good. It's got the Dolby Atmos sound enhancement. There's just a lot to like about the Nubia Z17. Oh yeah, it comes in 6 gigs of RAM or 8 gigs of RAM. You can either get the 64 gig or 128 gig version. So that's pretty dope. I mean, I think I'd probably be looking at the 128 gig with 8 gigs of RAM, and I would really like to see how that stacks up against the OnePlus 5, just on an overall package. But yeah, those are the 4 devices that I have my eye on right now. And again, I know who those manufacturers are trying to target, and those devices kind of fall in line with my uses, and I know exactly what I need from a phone. So that's why that's why I'm able to identify 4 devices, and that will work really well for me. So you guys got to do that as well. I know a lot of you guys don't know about what's out there, and we're so tempted to just walk into a store, ask a rep, you know, what's the best device, but a lot of the times they're just not going to give you what the device that you need for your own personal usage. They're going to try to sell you, you know, what's best for them. All right, so you really got to do a lot of homework before you even step into a store, just to see and make sure that you're going to get what you need. So I hope that helps you guys out. Again, definitely keep hitting me up. I'm liking the support, all the questions, the emails, the calls. Keep hitting me up. I'm definitely trying to put out as much content for you guys so I can help us out. If you are in the Caribbean, I actually have a Facebook group. It's called the Mobile Forum. So if you guys want, hit the link in the description. You guys are able to jump in, join us. We discuss a wide variety of topics and just a whole heap of stuff. It's just good information, because again, as much as we watch all the tech YouTubers from all over the countries, all the other countries, a lot of the information we cannot translate for down here because it doesn't make sense for us down here, especially when it comes to certain devices and the prices, right? So definitely jump in if you can. Like the video, share the video. You guys know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, because again, we have a whole lot of content coming out specifically for y'all. And that's it for me, Karan from Droid Island. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.